question, the extent to which what we can speculate about elsewhere in the universe, where we have absolutely no idea what's going on, how much we can say on sort of purely logical grounds has got to be true. And I think that the point about complexity having to have evolved is not just a point of observation on this planet. It's not just a matter of observed fact that all the complexity we see on this planet has evolved by gradual degrees. I think it's a matter of logic that complex things, by their very definition, are improbable things, statistically improbable things. And statistically improbable things don't just happen. Statistically improbable things have to come about through an orderly, comprehensible process. Evolution by natural selection is, I think, the only such process ultimately that we know that's capable of doing that. So I wouldn't like to say that evolution by natural selection has got to be going on any planet in the universe where there is life. But something equivalent to it has got to be going on, such that simplicity builds up into complexity by a comprehensible process. You cannot just say, oh, complexity just happened. You can say, maybe hydrogen just happened, because hydrogen is relatively simple. But what you can't say is something complicated enough to, shall we say, design the laws of physics, or design life, or design a bird's wing. Something complicated enough to think that out is the very kind of thing which is not just going to happen spontaneously. And when you think about it, creationists use exactly that argument themselves when they say something as complicated as an eye or a bacterial flagellum couldn't just happen by chance. Well, of course it couldn't. That's why we need natural selection. And by the same token, exactly, God couldn't just happen.
Cameron and my partner Ray Comfort and I come to you tonight not as molecular biologists or as rocket scientists, but simply as an author and an actor, and we want to do two things that fly in the face of convention. One, we'd like to show you that the existence of God can be proven 100% absolutely without the use of faith. And secondly, as a former atheist myself, an evolutionist, I want to pull back the curtain and show that the number one reason many people do not believe in God is not because of a lack of evidence, but because of a theory that many scientists today consider to be a fairy tale for grown-ups. This is called the crocodile. Can you see this?
God, what a numbnut.
Crocodile and a duck. All right, let's try another one. This is the bullfrog. Half bull, half frog, or, of course, the sheepdog.
Science is interesting, and if you don't agree, you can fuck off.